to talk to you about the final part of this assignment, which is the Indiana organisms food chain. Now, for this assignment, you have to create 3 food chains. You're going to use the DNR website, and DNR stands for Department of Natural Resources. They're in charge of making sure that people are following the rules, they take care of our animals, and make sure that our environments and our ecosystems are in good shape. Now, there are some constraints. For example, you still have to use images and labels to label each item being eaten. You have to use the arrows to show energy moving in the right direction. But you also need to continue to use the vocabulary. This time you might use words like carnivore and scavenger and decomposer. All of these words could pop up because, unlike with your food chain that you made for yourself, these are going to look very different. Let's start by talking about how you might do this. First of all, if you look at this slide, you'll notice that there is a link to the DNR website. That will take you to where you need to go for the DNR, the Department of Natural Resources. Now, once you get here, you're going to see a title that says animals. You'll get the COVID-19 wording. You could close that out. But as you go down, you can see all the mammals that you can find. If you go down even further, you start to see birds and fish. You start to see reptiles and amphibians, and then other aquatic animals. So you'll start to see all of these animals. Now, some of you might say, well, Mr. Game, where are the, the, the producers, the trees, the plants? They don't have them here. But what you do have is you do have a chance to look at the animals. And from there, I'm going to show you how you could go about finding more information. So let's start with understanding an animal to pick. You could pick any animal. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, there are some animals that aren't here anymore, like the black bear. You won't find much information about. I want to pick an animal that I'll show you the black bear, but then I'm also going to show you an animal that you might not find, or you might find more information. So when we click on the black bear, what we're looking for is any heading that has to do with food or diet. So I don't read everything because good readers don't read everything. They know what to read and when to read it. So here's history. I don't see anything. If you see a black bear, no. Large mammal, no. Black bear facts, description, okay. I don't see anything in there that looks like it might tell me what they eat. No, no. I don't see any information about the black bear and what it eats. So I'm going to go ahead and keep looking at another animal. Let's go to an animal that I know we're going to have information on, and that is the coyote. So here's the coyote. So the coyote is actually going to have plenty of information. Close this warning out. I understand. Okay. Now, if you go down, you start to scroll down and you'll come across something that says food habits. That's huge. That's going to tell me exactly what the coyote eats. You see, I know the coyotes primarily feed on rabbits and squirrels. So that tells me a lot. It also tells me that they scavenged. They scavenge on exposed garbage and other things. So really, they can even consume house cats and small dogs. It's kind of sad. And they may also eat fruit, insects, poultry, livestock. When I hear fruit, that tells me something that this could also be an omnivore. So I realized that the coyote could be an omnivore. I have some ideas of what they now eat. So I can start to include a picture of an omnivore known as the coyote. I could put him at the top of my food chain. And from there, I just work my way down. I start to put in those rabbits. And I might need to search, okay, well, what do rabbits eat? Because I really don't know what a rabbit eats. And so if I go on down the line, I go to a rabbit, and you can see where they come across. It's cottontail rabbits, sorry. Cottontail rabbits. And once I click on that, I can look at their food habits right there, and it will tell me shoots of grass and clover, okay, apples, willow. I don't have to put all of that. I just need to include one. And so I might choose one thing from here, but at least gives me an idea of what the rabbit eats, and I know that the coyote eats the rabbit. And I can use my vocabulary to describe each one of them as a herbivore, carnivore, omnivore, or a scavenger. I can put multiple labels on the coyote as well because he eats lots of different things. So that gives you an idea of what you're doing. I'm excited to see what happens when you find out these 3 food chains. If you get more than 3, each one is going to be worth bonus. So Don't just stop at 3, but 3 is the minimum. 3 is the requirement, and I really am looking for the arrows, the labels, and the pictures. All right, good luck.